Dear children, today we will discuss the exercise of chapter 3 of geography, the motions of the earth. So, at first in the exercise there are fill in the blanks. So, let's discuss fill in the blanks first. Very first fill in the blank is the earth's orbit around the sun is dash in shape. So, the sun's orbit around the sun is elliptical in shape. It is elliptical in shape. Number 2, the spinning of the earth on its own axis is called dash. So, very easy, the spinning, when the earth spins on its own axis, it is called rotation. So, here it is called rotation. A leap year has dash days. A leap year has 366 days. 366 days. Now, true and false. First one is the gravitational forces are the pulling force of the earth. Yes, this is true. The gravitational forces are the pulling force of the earth. Second, the angle of inclination of the earth to its perpendicular plane is 22.5 degree. No, this is false. The angle of inclination to the earth to its perpendicular plane is 23.5 degree. It is not 22.5, it is 23.5 degree. Right? So this one is false. Now next, when it is summer in northern hemisphere, it is winter in southern hemisphere. Yes, true. When it is summer in one hemisphere, the other hemisphere has winter. Right? Now next there are match the following. So very first is June 21st. So on June 21st it is summer solstice. Right? So here June 21st with summer solstice. Then September 23. It has on September 23 it is autumnal equinox. Right? March 21st vernal equinox. On March 21st vernal equinox. This is to winter solstice. December 22 winter solstice. This one was very easy. Now let us come to answers in brief, right? So the very first one is, which are the two main motions of the earth? So first of all we have to write from the question itself. The two main motions of the earth are, number 1, rotation. For this we have to come to page number 20 in our book. On page number 20, under the heading rotation of the earth, second line, it says the spinning of the earth around its own axis is known as rotation. So we have to write this here. The spinning of the earth around its own axis is known as rotation. Number 2, revolution. So for this, come to page number 21. So on 21, the second line, it says the movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. Here it is written this, right? Here instead of this, write the movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution, right? So this is answer number 1. Now question number 2 is, how are days and night caused? For this, come to page number 20 of your books. So on page number 20, under the heading day and night, so we have to write our answer from here. Day and night are caused by the rotation of the earth. After this we have to come to page number 21. On page number 21 we have to write from the very first line here. From here, the earth is spherical, only one side of the earth can face the sun. Cut the word at any time. Cut these word, right? So I repeat the answer. The earth is spherical, only one side of the earth can face the sun. Full stop. The side that faces the sun experiences day, and the side that is turned away from the sun experiences night. So till here, this is our answer number 2. Now question number 3. Question number 3 says, what will happen if the earth fails to rotate? So for this we have to come to page number 21, and children, we will write this answer as long answer, right? So come to page number 21 of your books. On page number 21, very first, second column, very first line, it will be disastrous if the earth fails to rotate. Then we have to write the answer in points. Cut the word while, cut it. So our answer will start: the side of the earth facing the sun will always be lighted and the other side will always remain dark. This is first point. Second point, the lighted side of the earth will become extremely hot and the dark side will be freezing cold. This is second point. Now, third point, life forms would not be able to exist in such extreme conditions. This is third point. Then the patterns of tides, ocean currents, and wind system would be very different. This is fourth. Now, question number 4 is, what is the angle of inclination of Earth's axis with its orbital plane? What is its effect? So, I am dictating the answer, kindly note it down. The axis of the earth is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degree to vertical. I am repeating, the axis of the earth is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degree to the vertical or perpendicular plane, to the vertical or perpendicular plane, or we can say that the axis of the earth is tilted at an angle of 66.5 degree to the earth's orbital plane. We can say that the axis of the earth is tilted at an angle of 66.5 degree to the earth's orbital plane. The tilt causes varying lengths of days and changing seasons. I repeat, the tilt causes varying lengths of days and night and changing seasons. So this was our answer number 4. Now answer number 5. Question number 5. Why do we have different seasons? So for this we have to come to page number 23 of our books. On page number 25, under the heading the changing season, the answer will start from here. The axis of the earth is inclined at an angle of 23.5 degree to its perpendicular plane. When this tilt in the axis is combined with the revolution of the earth, we get the changing seasons. Right? So till here, seasons. This is our answer number 5. Right? This is our answer number 5. Now question number 6. During which season is Christmas, December 25th, celebrated in New Zealand? So for this I am dictating the answer, so kindly note it down. First point, New Zealand is in the southern hemisphere. First point is New Zealand is in the southern hemisphere. Next point, Christmas which falls in December, is celebrated during summer season. Right? So this was our answer number 6. Now question number 7. Distinguish between summer solstice and winter solstice. So again I am dictating the answer, kindly note it down. I'll also post the picture here on the screen. So we have to divide our page into 2 parts. First part will be for summer solstice and the second part will be for winter solstice. So first we will write about summer solstice. Point number 1. June 21st is the summer solstice in northern hemisphere. First point, June 21st is the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. Under the first point, put A point, and the sun's rays fall vertically on the Tropic of Cancer. The sun's rays fall vertically on the Tropic of Cancer. This is A point. B point, it is the longest day in the northern hemisphere. It is longest day in northern hemisphere. Now point number 2, December 22nd is the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. December 22nd is the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. under the heading under the point number 2 A part, the sun's rays fall vertically on the Tropic of Capricorn. And B point, it is longest day in the southern hemisphere. Now the other side, winter solstice. Under the winter solstice, first point, June 21st is the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. June 21st is the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. Under this A point, the sun's rays fall vertically on Tropic of Cancer. B point, it is the shortest day in the southern hemisphere. It is shortest day in the southern hemisphere. Now second point, December 22nd is the winter solstice in northern hemisphere. Under the second point A part, the sun's rays fall vertically on Tropic of Capricorn. And B point, it is shortest day in the northern hemisphere. It is shortest day in the northern hemisphere. So this was a distinguish between summer solstice and winter solstice. Here our answer number 7 is completed. Now question number 8, what is an equinox? What is an equinox? So for this, come to page number 24 of your book. On page number 24, under the heading equinox, so our answer will start from here. On 21st March and 23rd September every year, the sun's rays fall vertically on the equator. These days are known as equinoxes. Right till here, this is our answer number 8. Question number 9, what is a leap year? Very short answer. Come to page number 25 of your book. On page number 25, under the heading glossary, last point, it is leap year. So a year with 366 days is known as leap year. I repeat, on page number 25, under the heading glossary, last point is leap year. So a year with 366 days is known as leap year. So this was our answer number 9. Now fifth exercise is, draw a diagram to show the angle of inclination of the earth to its orbital plane and the perpendicular plane. So here you can see the figure on the screen. This diagram you need to draw in your notebooks for this answer, right? After this, there are multiple choice questions. So let us read them one by one. So the very first is, the earth rotate on its axis from, options are north to south, east to west, west to east, or south to north. So the earth rotates from west to east. So the correct option is C1. It rotates from west to east. Second one, which of the following effects is not caused by the rotation of the earth around its axis? Options, day and night, the deflection of winds and ocean currents, season, or tides. So it is season, right? It is option number C, that is seasons. Now question number 3, which of the following statements is not true? If the earth failed to rotate, so let us read the statements carefully. One side of the earth would experience freezing temperature and permanent night, while the other side would become extremely hot and experience permanent daylight. Is this not true? Or B option says, life forms would not be able to survive in such extreme condition. Or C, there would be no winds. Or D, there would be no water left on earth. So which is not true? Option number D is not true, because there is no comparison of like there is no relation of water with the rotation of the earth. Now number 4th MCQ is, the earth's orbit around the sun is, option are circular, oval, elliptical, or ecliptic. So the earth orbit around the sun is elliptical. So option C is correct. Fifth one, as the earth revolves around the sun, the distance between the two bodies varies. The earth comes closest to the sun in January. This position is called, options, perihelion, aphelion, equinox, or solstice. So this position is known as aphelion. So correct option is B. Sixth one, seasons are caused due to the options: rotation of the earth and the tilt in the earth's axis, revolution and rotation of the earth, revolution of the earth and the tilt in the earth's axis, or elliptical nature of earth's orbit. So they are caused due to revolution of the earth and tilt in earth's axis. So the correct option is C. Seventh, between 21st March and 23rd September, the northern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun and it is summer there. Or the B option says the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun and it is summer here. Or the sun is directly over the equator, so days and nights are of equal length in northern hemisphere. And D option says the sun is directly over the Tropic of Capricorn, so it is autumn in the southern hemisphere. So here the correct option is C. The sun is directly over the equator, so days and nights are of equal length in the northern hemisphere. Eighth one, on December 22nd, the sun's rays fall directly over the Tropic of Capricorn. This is called option summer solstice, vernal equinox, winter solstice, or autumnal equinox. So here the correct option is C, that is winter solstice. Ninth one, on the equinox, the sun's rays fall directly on the equator. B, neither the North Pole nor the South Pole are inclined towards the sun. C, the length of the day and night is equal all over the world. Or D, all of the above. So here the correct option is D, all the above options are correct. 10th one, a leap year has 366 days and comes once in 4 years. Or B, 365 days and comes once in 4 years. Or C, has 365 and a 1 by 4 days and comes once in 5 years. And D option has 365 1 by 4 days and comes once in 4 years. So very easy, it is A option. It has 366 days and comes once in 4 years. So the correct option is A1. So on this note, we have completed our exercise. So children, you have to do the question and answers or answer in brief and draw the diagram in your notebook, and all other exercise you have to do in your books only. Right children? Also children, when you complete your exercise in your book as well as in your notebook, kindly comment in the comment box that ma'am work is done or I have completed my work along with your names. Right? You have to write ma'am work done or chapter completed or my work is completed along with your name. Okay children,